The coffee you drink every single morning might contain a lot more than you realize. In 2024, laboratory tests detected acrylamide, a potentially cancer-causing substance, in a staggering 3/4 of all coffees tested. Some of the most popular brands on the market are actually exceeding established safety limits. Millions of Americans drink these coffees every day, completely unaware of the hidden dangers lurking in their cup. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 7 of the brands you absolutely need to avoid, and I'll also share 2 that have genuinely earned our trust. By the end of this, you will know exactly what you are putting into your body. Let's get started. Number 6. Folgers Classic Roast. Folgers is an American icon, a staple found in thousands of households across the country. Its Classic Roast looks like a dependable, premium product with its familiar red container, but tests conducted by a leading consumer testing agency in 2024 revealed a very serious problem. This coffee received a dismal 2.8 out of a possible 10 points. Professional tasters described its flavor as earthy and musty, with a distinct metallic aftertaste, comparing it to the feeling of having a battery in your mouth. This isn't an exaggeration. Those are the exact words from the official test report. The core of the issue lies in the raw materials. Folgers buys its beans from massive bulk suppliers in countries like Brazil, Vietnam, and India, where the use of pesticides often goes unchecked. Independent lab tests conducted in 2024 detected traces of glyphosate in Folgers coffee. Glyphosate is the most widely used herbicide in the world and has been classified as a probable carcinogen. In addition to glyphosate, the tests also found acetamiprid, an insecticide that is highly toxic to bees, and cyproconazole, a fungicide that has been banned by the European Union due to its harmful effects on reproduction. Folgers Classic Roast also contains elevated levels of ochratoxin A mycotoxin produced by mold that can grow on improperly stored coffee beans. Ochratoxin is a known carcinogen and is particularly damaging to the kidneys. While federal regulations set a limit of 5 micrograms per kilogram of roasted coffee, Folgers consistently gets dangerously close to this limit without ever technically exceeding it. It's legal, but it is far from safe. The roasting process is far too quick, producing beans that are scorched on the outside but still raw on the inside. This results in a coffee that is flat and devoid of any real aroma. It costs around $11 for a large 2.2-pound can, which is comparable to the price of a good artisan coffee. The difference is you are simply not getting quality for your money. Number 5. Maxwell House Original Roast. This is another heritage brand you'll find on the shelves of every Walmart and Kroger. Millions of Americans purchase it, convinced they are getting proven, time-tested quality, but the facts tell a very different story. Tests from a consumer watchdog in 2023 gave Maxwell House Original Roast a mere 48 out of 100 points, a clear indicator of its low quality. The problem starts with the blend itself. It's made of 70% Robusta beans and only 30% Arabica. A higher percentage of Robusta beans directly translates to a higher concentration of acrylamide. The brand uses a very dark, almost burnt, traditional roasting style. This method creates an intense flavor profile, but it's also a trick to hide the numerous defects present in the low-grade beans. While a dark roast can mask undesirable flavors, it does absolutely nothing to remove the toxic substances within the beans. Maxwell House sources its coffee from huge industrial plantations in Brazil, where quality control standards are minimal at best. The beans are harvested mechanically, a process that indiscriminately gathers a mix of perfectly ripe, unripe, and even overripe beans all together. Unripe beans contain significantly higher levels of asparagine, and asparagine is a direct precursor to acrylamide. Chemical tests on Jacobs have also detected traces of endosulfan, a neurotoxic pesticide banned in over 80 countries, but still used on some industrial plantations. Endosulfan is known to damage the nervous system and cause reproductive problems. The price comes out to around $10 for a 2.2-pound bag. It's not exactly cheap, but it's certainly not premium either. What they're selling you is a sense of nostalgia for European quality, packaged with distinctly average beans. When you tear open a package of Jacobs coffee, the smell is intense and sharp. But this isn't a sign of high quality, it's a sign of over-roasting, a process used to mask all the imperfections in the beans. Truly fresh, high-quality coffee should have a complex and inviting aroma, with delicate notes of flowers or chocolate. The harshness of Jacobs is a dead giveaway that they're hiding something. Number 4. Folgers Classic Roast. Folgers is an iconic American brand with a long history, dating back to the 1850s. But their mainstream supermarket line is a far cry from the quality standards of their past. In fact, testing by Consumer Reports gave it a score of only 52 out of 100 points. That's mediocre quality at best. The core problem is that Folgers has divided its production. Its premium lines are roasted with genuine care, using specially selected beans. The classic red canisters you see in every supermarket, they get whatever is left over. Folgers Classic Roast is a blend of Arabica and Robusta beans, but the label never specifies the exact percentages. This vagueness is completely intentional, as it allows them to alter the blend based on fluctuating market prices. One month, you might be getting 60% Arabica. The next month, it could be as low as 40%. There is absolutely no consistency. Sensory tests have detected defects caused by overheating, which points to beans that were harvested late or were already fermented. This process creates a heavy, musty taste that is completely devoid of freshness and is a clear sign of advanced oxidation. Furthermore, Folgers Classic Roast contains unsettling levels of cafestol and kawiol, two chemical compounds that are proven to raise LDL, or bad cholesterol, in your blood. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that drinking just 5 cups a day of coffee rich in cafestol can raise your cholesterol by 8 to 10 points. For anyone with existing cardiovascular problems, this is incredibly dangerous. The price is about $11 for a large canister, making it more expensive than Jacobs, but with arguably worse quality. Number 3. Walmart's Great Value Classic Roast. The private label brands from massive retail chains have exploded in popularity. Walmart introduced its own product lines to slash costs, but hiding behind that familiar logo is some seriously questionable quality. You see, Walmart doesn't actually produce its own coffee. It outsources the manufacturing under extremely restrictive, low-cost contracts. The biggest issue with these store brands is traceability. The labels will vaguely state, a blend of coffees from Latin America, or product of more than one country, but they will never pinpoint a specific place of origin. This intentional murkiness is designed for maximum commercial flexibility. You have no idea if your coffee beans came from Brazil, Vietnam, or Ethiopia. You have no idea when they were roasted. Tests conducted on Walmart's Great Value coffee have detected elevated levels of furan, a volatile compound that forms during high-temperature roasting. Furan is officially classified as a possible carcinogen by health organizations. It primarily develops in coffees that are vacuum-packed and then stored for long periods, which is standard practice for a brand like Great Value. This coffee also contains higher than average amounts of caffeine due to the heavy use of cheap Robusta beans. For anyone sensitive to caffeine, this can trigger anxiety, insomnia, and heart palpitations. And the taste? It's completely flat and one-dimensional, with no character to speak of. Tasters have described its notes as resembling wet cardboard. The price is around $7 per kilogram, which is among the lowest you can find, but that convenience comes at a steep price. Number 2 on our list is Walmart's Great Value Classic Roast. As the largest supermarket chain in the United States, Walmart's private label coffee finds its way into millions of American homes every single day. Walmart commissions its coffee production from various roasting facilities, but they consistently use lower quality beans compared to their more premium lines. Sensory tests of this coffee have revealed some frankly terrifying results. A dusty, earthy smell, a completely flat taste, and a lingering metallic aftertaste that just won't quit. The composition is a mix of Arabica and Robusta beans, but with no declared percentages. This strategy allows the company to be flexible with their costs, but it offers zero transparency to the customer. Worse yet, Walmart's classic roast has been found to contain pesticide residues. Independent German tests detected traces of chlorpyrifos, an organophosphate insecticide linked to neurological damage in children. While the European Union banned chlorpyrifos in 2020, the beans can still be imported from countries where it remains legal. Walmart sources beans from places like Brazil and Vietnam, where chlorpyrifos is still widely used. Then there's the problem of freshness. This coffee often sits in massive warehouses for months on end before it ever makes it to store shelves, losing what little flavor it had to begin with. The price is incredibly low, at about $6.50 for a 2.2-pound bag, but that small saving could end up costing you your health. And now, for the #1 worst coffee you can buy, Target's Good & Gather Signature Blend. Target is a beloved American retail giant, and their Good & Gather line is marketed as a thoughtful choice for conscious consumers. But don't be fooled by the slick packaging. This is the single worst coffee evaluated by both American and German laboratories. Lab tests conducted in Germany detected levels of acrylamide in the Good & Gather Signature Blend that massively exceed the European Union's legal limits. They found 480 micrograms per kilogram, well above the 400 microgram maximum allowed. This technically makes the coffee illegal to sell in Europe, but with different regulations in the United States, it remains on our shelves. Acrylamide at these levels is dangerously unsafe, but it gets even worse. The Good & Gather Signature Blend also contains mycotoxins. Tests revealed traces of aflatoxin B1, one of the most potent carcinogenic substances known to science. This toxin forms on coffee beans that have been stored in warm, humid conditions. To put it in perspective, it's considered 100 times more carcinogenic than acrylamide. The root of the problem is that the supplier for this coffee line buys beans from completely unverified sources. There is absolutely no traceability and no rigorous quality control to speak of. As for the taste, it was ranked the worst in every single test. Reviewers noted an extreme, overwhelming bitterness and a burnt character without any discernible positive aroma. Tasters described the flavor notes as burnt tire. It costs around $8 for a 2.2-pound bag, so it isn't even the most budget-friendly option out there. This Target coffee represents everything that is wrong with the industrial coffee industry. Marketing that sells a premium selection and a production process that actually sells you industrial waste. Now let's talk about two brands that genuinely deserve your trust and your money. First up, Lavazza Qualità Oro. Lavazza is a Turin-based brand that has made quality coffee its core mission. Founded way back in 1895, the company literally revolutionized the way coffee was packaged and stored to preserve its freshness. Lavazza's Qualità Oro is a 100% Arabica blend. It's a masterful mix of 9 different varieties sourced from Brazil, Ethiopia, Honduras, and Colombia. Each origin is carefully selected directly by Lavazza's experts, and they are known for paying their farmers prices significantly higher than the market average. In independent lab tests, like those conducted by Consumer Reports, Lavazza consistently scores high, earning 82 points out of a possible 100. The quality is top-notch, but it's the method that truly makes the difference. Lavazza roasts its beans slowly at controlled temperatures, which allows a compound called acrylamide to break down naturally. The result is a level around 210 micrograms per kilogram, which is nearly half of the safety limit suggested by food standard agencies. Lavazza then stores the coffee in pressurized cans, replacing the oxygen with nitrogen. This process completely halts oxidation. The coffee stays fresh for months without losing any of its aromatic compounds. When you open a can of Lavazza, the aroma just explodes. You get notes of chocolate, jasmine, and caramel. It's a true complexity of scents. In terms of taste, Lavazza Qualità Oro is smooth and velvety, with a perfectly balanced acidity. The aftertaste is long, featuring notes of dried fruit. There's zero bitterness, zero watery taste. Lavazza controls every single batch with both sensory and chemical tests. No defective beans make it through. No pesticide residues are found. You get total transparency. The price comes in at around $24 for a 2.2-pound can. That might seem high, but you're paying for certified, undeniable quality. And at number 2, we have 8 o'clock coffee. If Lavazza is the absolute best, then 8 o'clock is the best bang for your buck. In the 2024 tests by Consumer Reports, 8 o'clock's original blend scored a solid 79 points out of 100, a rating of excellent quality with the distinction of Best Buy. At about $15 for a large bag, it costs less than Lavazza, but still delivers excellence. 8 O'Clock Coffee is an American company founded way back in 1859. That's over 160 years of experience. The parent company is a leader in the American market with a presence in kitchens all across the country. But it's not just about size, it's about competence, investment in research, technology, and traceability. Every package tells you about its origins, methods, and certifications. The flavor is balanced with a medium fruitiness and a delicate bitterness. The punchiness is there, but it's not aggressive, making it a universal coffee that's excellent on its own or used in recipes. The quality is remarkably consistent from one batch to the next. In previous tests, it always scored between 75 and 82 points. It took second place in 2011 and was in the top 5 in both 2021 and 2024. This stability is the hallmark of solid quality control. 8 O'Clock uses specially designed bags with tight seals and controlled storage to maintain freshness for up to 18 months. It's an unbeatable ratio of quality to price. For just over $15, you're protecting your cardiovascular health, reducing inflammation, and improving vitamin absorption. 8 O'Clock might not be the cheapest coffee on the shelf, but it's the smartest choice. Now, let's see how to spot a low-quality or even fake coffee. Rule number 1, read the label carefully. Look for 100% Arabica or a specific country of origin. Avoid vague blends that just say product of multiple countries or international blend. That kind of vagueness often hides a mix from countries with lower quality standards. Rule number 2, check the date. Good coffee will always list a roasted on date or at least a harvest season. If that's missing, it's a bad sign. Coffee goes stale. After about 18 months, it loses most of its beneficial polyphenols. Rule number 3, look at the container. An opaque bag or a can is always better. Avoid clear plastic containers, which allow light to get in and accelerate oxidation. Rule number 4, don't trust prices that are too good to be true. Quality coffee generally costs between $12 and $25 a pound. Anything under $8 a pound is likely to be of much lower quality. Rule number 5, trust your senses. Good coffee smells fresh, like freshly cut grass or green olives. When you taste it, it should have a pleasant bitterness and a peppery kick. If there's no distinct aroma, or you don't feel that slight peppery sensation on your tongue, the oil is probably old and has lost its potency. Rule number 6, look for certifications. Seals like Rainforest Alliance, Fair Trade, and especially USDA Organic Guarantee that the coffee meets certain minimum standards for quality and ethical sourcing. You should be cautious about buying coffee that has no certifications at all. Rule number 7 is to buy from transparent brands. Companies like Intelligentsia or La Colombe are great examples because they often provide detailed information like the specific origin of the beans, the processing methods used, and sometimes even chemical parameters. This level of transparency is a powerful sign of a trustworthy product. So we've walked through 7 brands you should probably avoid and a couple that have definitely earned our trust. The next time you're standing in the coffee aisle, take a moment to pause. Actually read the label, check the list of ingredients, and verify the origin of the beans. Don't let clever marketing make the decision for you. Choose a coffee that will protect your health and that you can feel good about drinking. Have you ever tried brands like Intelligentsia or La Colombe? Let us know in the comments, and if this investigation opened your eyes, subscribe for more reports that the food industry doesn't want you to see. Yeah.